Meanwhile, in an art class across the street, Sung Suho was peacefully drawing, completely unaware of the horror unfolding outside, until the screams started. At first, they were distant, muffled by the classroom walls. But then they grew louder, more desperate. His classmates glanced at one another, confused. Then someone moved to the window, curiosity shifting into horrified silence. What the hell? Suho followed their gaze. Outside, the street was a war zone. People were running for their lives, flames consuming bodies, hunters turning into monsters before their very eyes. His fingers tightened around his pencil. Something deep in his gut twisted, a feeling he couldn't name. And for the first time in his powerless existence, Sung Suho felt like something was about to change. When fear takes over panic, hit the classroom like a tidal wave. Some students instantly recognized the signs, whispering frantically about a dungeon break. Others just sat there, blinking, their brains still buffering. The sheer helplessness in the air was palpable. All eyes turned to the only person who might have a shot at saving them. Talim, the only known awakener among them, their last hope, an E-rank hunter. Talim gulped, his face a perfect portrait of regret. Why did I sit near the front today? He forced a weak laugh, raising his hands like a criminal caught red-handed. So, funny story. I'm, kind of useless in situations like this. Silence. Then a collective groan. We're screwed. Meanwhile, Sung Suho wasn't listening. His eyes were locked onto something much, much worse. A monster stood on the roof across the street, its glowing blue eyes burning with unnatural malice. It didn't hesitate. With inhuman speed, the creature leapt. Crash! Glass exploded inward as the monster smashed through the window. A student screamed. Another didn't even get the chance. The monster pounced, its claw tearing through flesh with sickening precision. Chaos erupted. Desks overturned. Papers flew. Students tripped over each other, fighting to reach the exit in a blind panic. Suho? Just as terrified. Just as desperate to survive. So, like any rational person in this situation, he ran, but then, help! Please! A girl was trapped beneath a pile of debris, her voice sharp with panic. She struggled, but the weight pinned her down. Suho stopped. His body froze, his mind racing. Help her, help her. But fear had him in a chokehold. His hands trembled. His legs wouldn't move. I can't. Squeezing his eyes shut, he turned away and ran. He clung to the flimsy excuse that he'd find someone stronger to help her. But the second he stepped outside, the guilt hit him like a truck. His chest tightened, his mind spinning. The sheer weight of what he'd just done crushed him. I left her. He could already hear the voices in his head. Coward, pathetic, weak. His fists clenched. This was the curse of being unawakened, the reminder that in a world filled with monsters and hunters, he was neither. And then, like a bolt of lightning, a memory surged through him. A dream, one that felt too real to be forgotten. A world structured like a game. Monsters that grew stronger with each floor. And him, fighting, climbing, leveling up, until he reached the top, where the final boss awaited. A towering figure, powerful, unshakable, terrifying. But the moment their eyes met, Suho knew. It wasn't a stranger. It wasn't some nameless beast. It was his father, a man who had always stood like a titan, unyielding, invincible, the embodiment of strength itself. And Suho? He was just a shadow of that greatness. Even now, he knew exactly what his father would have done. There would have been no hesitation, no fear, only action.